Hello, guys. This is Mia. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Wherever you may be around the world, welcome to my channel. I want to say thank you so much for all the subscribers and everyone that has been listening to the videos, my videos, and I hope that it has been helpful to whoever these messages relate with. Okay. Now, this is the second time I'm recording this video. The first time I did it, it just disappeared. It just disappeared. I couldn't upload it because the video just disappeared. So I guess they don't want this message to get out. And today I'm going to be talking about sins, okay? What is sin? Does it exist? And is sin a spiritual thing, okay? So we are going to talk about it. I am going to talk about it, okay? So let me get started. As for me, sin is when you are aware and you do something on purpose, not only against yourself, against the divine, and also against the person, okay? So by you doing something on purpose, willingly, okay? You being aware and knowing that the act that you gonna perform gonna hurt the other person, but you may not be aware that you are not only hurting yourself spiritually, but also you are hurting you hurting and you are going against the divine, the supreme goddess and the supreme god. Okay? So this is basically to me what sins mean, okay? And sin not in a religious way at all, okay? Someone else cannot just make your sin disappeared, okay? And you know how in some religion, by you going to the altar or just speaking it, and then whatever you did in the past that was wrong, you not being aware, you not being uh, awakened, okay, to the truth, then it just disappeared, okay? That cannot happen like that because with sins comes spiritual karma, okay? Spiritual debt that we all have to pay, okay? Now, when you were not awakened, you were not fully awakened to the truth, or they call it uh, being born again, being saved, okay? But it's really being healed, okay? You go into your healing, okay? And you awakening to the greatest version of you. So there are still consequences, even though when you were not awakened, okay? Like I was saying, you cannot make your wrongs, your wrongdoing, just make it go away like that, okay? um because as you see that there's so many people believe that your sins are automatically washed away, and this is why you see so many religious people are miserable, unhappy, unfulfilled, okay? For those of you that have spiritual eyes, you can see through these religious people and see that they are very unhappy, very unfulfilled, okay? Because not only that thing they should be dealing with, they are suppressing it. They're suppressing it, okay? For those of you that have survived childhood abuse, or whichever different ways, you know that for a very long time, when you were not thinking about, you totally forgot about what had happened to you, is because those things, those emotion, those um they were suppressed. They were suppressed. Okay, this is why for a long time many people they just don't think about it. Okay, they don't even remember. Okay, till they start healing. Okay, and these things, these emotions start coming up. Okay, these hurt start coming out. Okay, especially people that go to therapy. Okay, and it's not pretty sight when you have to come face to face with your demons, things that has been um basically running your life. Okay, controlling you. You see, so I would take sins as like it's like a credit card. Okay, okay, sins are like credit card. Okay, you enjoy it now and you pay, and but you're definitely gonna pay for it later. Okay, and because the sin itself, not only that, it is wrong for those people that purposely go out there and hurt people in different ways, either through gossiping, spreading lies, doing witchcraft, playing with people character and things like that. When you do this thing on purpose, those things are sins. Okay, so sin doesn't particularly mean, like, you going out to the club and sleeping around, and that's the only sin. No, when you do things purposely to go out and hurt someone that is innocent, someone that has done nothing wrong against you or to you, okay, that is a sin. Okay, and this is why every single day a lot of people out there, they do sin without being aware of it. Okay, but when you are awakened and you have healed, you are healed. Okay, you sinning, is very slim, it's less. Okay, it doesn't mean that you don't continue slim, you don't continue to sin, you do, but it is less because now you are aware. Okay, you are aware that your action can hurt someone. Your action can cause someone else's life. You understand things like that. So you try the fact that you are aware. You just don't go there. You just don't take it there. You don't let anybody take you there. You understand? Okay. And then you know how it is. Sometimes you hear somebody say, back in those days, I could have give them a piece of my mind, but thank God they just don't know the fact that I am the way that I am today. I'm just not gonna go there. Okay. So it's basically somebody tried to take you there. You just either you walk away or you avoid them. Okay, because you don't not only you don't want to commit that sin, but you don't want to deal with the karma that is attached to it, that comes with it. Okay, because just like the credit card, um you know they'll go after. When the credit card company wants somebody, they'll hunt them down. How do they do that? By email, to the mail, phone call, whichever way they do it. Okay. And with those credit cards, they'll try to sell like perks attached to it. They always wanna tell you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that, you're gonna get that. Okay, but eventually later on, you still, at the end of the day, you're still gonna have to pay. Okay, it's the same thing with the sins. You're still gonna have to pay those karmic debt. Okay, and until you pay them off, those debt. Okay, they don't go away, it's the same thing when someone transition and they're no longer here. Okay, the debt does not disappear with them. Okay, somebody can transition and they still, if they had debt, the debt is still here. It doesn't go anywhere. Okay, it doesn't go anywhere. And this is the reason why, for those of you that are aware of this situation, you know this for a fact. Okay, so when you are in debt, okay, just like when you are in, you have credit card debt, okay, you basically like a your hands are tied, okay, you're not free, you are bound. Okay, many people cannot sleep, they cannot rest. Okay, many people feel like they are caged. Okay, they are bound. Okay, they don't have any peace because because they have the debt. Okay, and when you are a debt, it's like having chains around your legs. Okay, so you are bound to your debtor. Okay, you owe your debtor. Okay, so that in that sense your debtor is your master. You see, and the only way to be free, the only way out is to pay your debt. Once you pay your debt, you become free. Okay? Your debtor is no longer your master. You see? It's the same thing when you keep on sinning. Okay? The sin itself becomes your master. Okay? When you're about to sin, okay, there's a little voice that tell you, yeah, don't do this, you can get away with it, don't worry, you don't have to worry, this pretty girl, this good looking guy, just have a drink and relax and forget about everything, and before you know it, one drink equal to 5 6 drinks, okay, and by the end of the night and the next morning you end up waking up next to a total stranger. Okay, for some people they are so much into sin, they are so far gone out, and into this this world, that those ways. Okay, it doesn't bother them. Okay, but there are some people that still have a conscience. Okay, and they're like, I don't believe I did this. Okay, but for the person that is truly awakening, that did the healing, if something like that could would have happened, okay, they will really be devastated. You see, because what you did is wrong. This is, I'm just giving you an example. Okay, yeah, what you did is wrong. Okay, the same way, like I said, when you are fully awakening, not only that you're not gonna go there, okay, you're not gonna give people peace of your mind no more because you're no longer that person. Okay, but at the same time, there are just certain things you're not gonna do. You're not gonna go out of your way to hurt people. You're not gonna do that because there are consequences. Okay. The same way, when you owe debt, okay, when you don't pay, there are consequences. Okay, they'll make your life a living hell. Okay, there's a lot of things you cannot do when you owe debt, when you owe people, debt, whatever, you cannot rent, you cannot buy, it's very difficult, it's very hard. Okay, it's not easy. You see, so the same thing, when you are living in sin and you're doing all these things, okay, this thing can drag you down, hold you down. Okay, and this is why when people become delivered, okay, or they become free, okay, they feel lighter, they are much happier. Okay, because they no longer have to deal with this these uh debt, this spiritual debt. Okay, now there's no such thing as, once you heal and you are delivered, you're not gonna sin. There's no such thing. But when I say sin, and I'm not talking about in a religious way, I'm not talking about the way a Christian, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you purposely being aware and knowing that certain things you should not do and you will not do. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so because you know that when you hurt yourself, when you hurt your soul, you hurt someone else's soul. Okay, you going against the universal spiritual law. Okay, you breaking those law. Okay, because the same way, man, there are man-made laws They are also universal laws. Okay, they have those laws, and many people break those laws every single day. Okay, now when you are awakened and you are aware, you will not break those spiritual laws. You see, there are people that they don't break man-made laws, but they break spiritual laws every single day. Okay. Now, when you become a spiritual, okay, you on your spiritual journey, okay, you try your very best not to break those laws. Okay. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that there are universal spiritual laws that applies to a spiritual being. Us being a spiritual being, okay, us being a living being, okay, those laws apply to us. So when we break them, there are consequences, okay? And this is reality, you know? Because whatever you do now, you will pay later. Okay? You may enjoy yourself now, but eventually you are pay, you'll pay those consequences later. Okay, it's the same thing like is somebody an example, you drink and everything and you go out there and something bad happened not only to you but you end up hurting somebody else. These are the consequences. You may enjoy yourself while you were having those drinks, giggling, laughing, feeling good, thinking, because when you drink, you open yourself up to different spirit taking over your body. Okay, and some people end up having blackouts. Okay, because these spirits come in and they just take over. Okay, you don't even remember what happened, but you end up paying the consequences. By the time you return to yourself, okay, what they call sober, by the time you get sober, you come back, then you're like, what happened? I don't remember. What did I do? Okay, and if you end up hurting someone else, then you cannot live with yourself. You are tormented, you are devastated. Okay, a lot of time people they live, the conscience will not let them live in peace. Okay, many people have to get help afterwards. Okay, many people have to medicate themselves afterward, either legally or illegally. You see, because they cannot live with themselves. Okay, because the conscience kicks in. You see, so you enjoy yourself now, but eventually you're gonna pay later. Okay, when karma is on your tail, it's not a pleasant things. There is good karma, there is bad karmas. You heard the saying before, what goes around comes around. Okay, or if whatever seed you plant, this is what's gonna come out, this is what's gonna grow. Okay, you do good, good come back. You do bad, bad come back. Okay, that's how it is. Those are the law of the universe. Okay, you do good, you'll get good in return. You do bad to people, you do bad things. Don't think that you be many people that they keep out there they be doing bad things thinking they got away with it. No, you haven't. Okay, because there is a supreme God, and God is that is watching. Okay, and you heard this thing before. People say, I rather deal with my enemies, or I rather have my enemies after me than have God on my back or God after me. Okay, nobody wants to be on the goddess or God's list. Okay, S list. You don't want to be there. Okay, because when God is dealing with someone, believe me, okay, it's not a pretty thing. Okay, so for those of you out there that have people that are persecuting you, people that is trying to hurt you, people that's trying to take you out, whatever way it is, believe me, God got your back. Okay, you don't have to do anything. You don't need to do anything because God got you back. He has your back. Okay, and that sometime spiritual karma. Sometime people will do something bad to somebody, thinking like again they got away with it. Okay, and turn around the same thing they did to somebody else, end up happening to them. Okay, and you've seen this thing over and over again, and this is just an example. Somebody, my go cheat with a married person, whatever the case may be, and if they get married, the same thing that they did to that other person end up happening to them. Okay, someone else end up cheating with the spouse as well. Okay, so what comes around goes around. Simple as that. Karmic debt, spiritual debt, it is real. Okay, it's not a fairy tale. Okay, and it relates to the law of the universe. Okay, and sometime those sometime people, kids or grandkids, be acting up or doing all kind of craziness, all kind of sadistic things, sometime of demonic thing they're acting out. Okay, it's due to karma. You see, it's due the same way when somebody exit out of here and they leave behind their debt. Okay, the person is gone, their debt is not erased. Whoever's left behind gotta take care of this debt. They gotta pay that person debt. Okay, it's the same thing, and this is why sometimes people, kids, grandkids in the family acting up because of what somebody did, and they didn't pay that spiritual debt, or they didn't have time to pay the spiritual debt, and somebody else have to pay it. Okay, and this is why you gotta be careful what you do. You gotta be careful how you act towards somebody else. You got to be careful not to go out of your way to purposely hurt someone, do something bad to someone, interfere in somebody's life, okay, or get into people business that's not even your business. Okay, you just got to be very careful, very careful. Okay, because for those of you that are out there that are awakening, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, because you are careful what you say with your mouth. You are careful what words come out of your mouth. You are careful of what conversation you take part in. Okay, you are careful of who you deal with. Okay, because you know that karma is not a pretty thing. It's not. Because when karma is after you, believe me, when it's whipping, your little, what, okay, it's not a good thing at all. You enjoy yourself, you pay later. Okay, so when when you are like, um when you have like good credit and everything, and just give an example here, did you have good credit and everything in the physical world? Okay, all doors are open to you, doors of opportunities are open to you. Okay, and some people live within that system. Okay, some people, the credit system is a system, they know how to navigate to that system very well. Okay, because some people, they deal with that system more than they deal with paper money, cash money. Okay, it's the same thing with with people that are basically, some people, they live in sin, they live with it. Okay, and this is where they are, they stay in it. Okay, they are so caught up in it that them and the sin have merged to be together, they have become one. Okay, it's the same thing with the narcissist, the demon merge with them and they become one. Okay, these things cannot be separated. Some people, they cannot be separated. Okay, but because they are so far outgone, there's really no hope for them. Okay, there's really no breaking out, leaving that lifestyle behind. Okay, and you know that there are some people, that they're everything about them is a lie. They lie about everything. There is no truth about them. you know yeah. So, but for those of you that know, and know very well, the consequences, that's you're gonna have to pay, you just don't go that route. Okay, because some people, they don't want to deal with credit because they know the consequences. They know the action because they know it's more than just credit. It's the same thing. People, some people are known that the sin itself, it's more than that. It's just not sinning, but it's the consequences, things you got to deal with, things you got to pay. Okay, when dealing with sins. Okay. So, guys, this is all I have to say about that. And I want to thank you so much for stopping by. Listen to my next video. Listen to my next video when where I talk about the last video I think I made. And it talks about, death, like, transitioning and being on the line and things like that. Okay. So, thank you so much, guys. And again, thank you to all the subscriber. Don't forget to like the video. Like the video. It's free. There's no price tag to it. Okay? Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Okay, guys? Thank you so much. And I'll be seeing you on my next video. Ciao.